How's it going, friends and family of the internet? Welcome back to the Real AF TV podcast, a show about fishing and random takes from the land 10,000 lakes. If you're coming to this part of the podcast on a Friday, then not welcome back. Welcome. And also, is this how you listen to it regularly? Leave a comment. Seriously, I want the feedback.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yep.
5 easy questions.
Yep.
This podcast, this part of the podcast, 5 minutes long. Lightning round.
All right.
Ready? Go.
Go.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready. Do it.
I was thinking of like, I'm just like, what are those weird things that you know about like your family that you don't usually talk to about friends? I think I know one of them, but so I'm just, it's like there's like goofy things. So anyways, I'll just kick it off and this is going to set the mood. Okay. Mayo or Miracle Whip?
Ooh, bro, I'm doing mayonnaise.
You're a mayo guy.
I'm a mayo guy, but I like Miracle Whip and a deviled egg. I like that tangy zip Miracle Whip on a deviled egg. It gives a little bit of sweetness to it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I know, because I'm a Miracle Whip guy. I'm a Miracle Whip guy through and through. Me and my daughter, we eat spoons of Miracle Whip.
Damn, that's crazy. That's not something I like.
Sometimes
I won't eat spoons of mayo. I like mayo, but that's.
But you ain't gonna do that.
No.
So I pulled out a spoon, and this is how that topic actually started in my head. But I pulled out a spoon to instead of using a knife, I was making a wrap. I was making like a breakfast wrap, and so I grabbed a spoon to just get that scoop and then spread it out on the wrap real easy.
Yeah.
She saw it. She goes, "Daddy, I want one of those." I'm like, like a spoonful of mayo? Because I just still call it mayo. Yeah. And she's just like, yeah. Grab a clean spoon, dunk it in the Miracle Whip jar, hand it to her because she's up on her like tower thing that gets her up to countertop height.
Yeah.
I hand it to her. She just starts eating it. Finishes it, hands it back to me, goes, "More?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's great. That's kids though, if they got a flavor they like, they don't really care.
It's true.
This is kind of random, but I had a moment where it made me feel good because I smoked some meat over the weekend and I microwaved some of it for supper.
Yep.
And I like sliced it. Then it was some pork shoulder. And then I put it on a sandwich. Yeah. And my son comes over and he's like, "Can I have a little piece?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, here, try it." And I hand it to him and he's like, "Whoa." He's like, "That's good." He's like, "Where do you get that from?" And I was like, "I made it." He's like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah.
And I just takes a long, it's just time. Yeah. You just gotta take time. I think he's like
low and slow. That's what it told him.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's put it together in his head where he's had just meat by itself before.
Right.
And then when he got this, he's like, "Look at it. Woof. There's so much depth to this flavor." Because I cooked it on the smoker and stuff. So there's a dry rub on there and everything. It looks just like it's normal meat, but it does not taste just like your normal meat. So that was kind of cool. That is another random little side note. But yeah, it's like, hell yeah, dude. And to have a 5-year-old just be like, "Ooh, what is that?"
Yeah. Makes you feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Yes. That's good.
That's a true critique,
Right.
They're not holding nothing back.
Right.
Just be like, "That pork was tasty, but that shirt is horrendous." Yuck.
Dad, you make some good pork, but your shirt sucks. Like, okay.
That pork was tasty, but where were you shopping? He's a borderline roast comic too. He's got he just started in preschool. I don't know if he just started kindergarten as right? Just started kindergarten. Yeah. So he's like in real school now. I don't know if he meant it as an insult or if there was something that they were eating that actually made this make sense. but he was telling us about some of the kids, and he's like, this one kid, he didn't brush his teeth, so he don't have any teeth now. I was like no teeth, and he was like, he doesn't have enough teeth to eat slime, and that's. And I didn't even want to ask any more questions. This is like, I don't know. Did you eat slime and he couldn't chew? Or he said chew slime. He's like, he didn't have enough teeth to chew slime. I'm just like, dude, that's one of the hardest insults I've ever heard about somebody. You don't have enough teeth to chew slime.
That's a schoolyard, like that's some shit. You're just like out on the corner kicking it, you know, like that's your back and forth. Dissing cipher.
And he didn't hit us with a smirk. He didn't hit us with a side look, just kind of like, huh? He just said it. And
he was just straight faced.
Damn, dude. That was cold.
That was cold, dude. That's cold. That's good. That's good.
Oh, dude. This is another random. This is just, I gotta tell you, because some of the stuff that they say is so funny. The other day, he's like choking. He's like, after he ate something, I'm like, are you okay? You choking? He's just like, I'm good. Okay. He goes, you choke on some food? He goes, no, I got a little bit of air down my food pipe.
Yeah, dude.
Like, oh yeah, I hate it when that happens.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so good. All right, so you're a mayo person. I'm a Miracle. Oh
yeah.
Do you make noodle? Because you said you like Miracle Whip in a deviled egg, and I think there's no better way than Miracle in a deviled egg for sure. Do you make pasta salad? Like, you got to be making pasta salad, tuna salad, stuff like that in the summertime for sure, right? Then you use the Miracle Whip.
Pasta salad, a lot of times I'm using both.
Oh, a hybrid.
Yeah, doubling it up.
Damn.
Because then it's like mayo by itself doesn't have the sweetness. Miracle Whip is almost like too much.
Too much? Okay.
And you put the two together, and it's just kind of like a nice...
They mingle.
Melody. And I like, for me personally, I don't like to have it too much either. You know, it's like it's like to have like a nice little bit of sauce on there. You know, there's a...
Oh, yeah. Like a light salad dressing almost, right? And I don't mean light like fucking low sodium. I mean light, like right, just like
it's just good. Exactly, like coating everything. There was a place I worked at once upon a time that had a cafeteria in the place, and the chef that worked there, the pasta salads that they made, I wanted to just be like, you know, they call it a pasta salad because it's a salad of pasta. Like, this is like, you got it like it's cereal, like that the pasta's just floating in your mayo and Miracle Whip. This is insane.
So gross.
This it's way too much. Like, it's not, I mean,
I eat spoon, like not spoons, but like the spoonful of mayo. The mayo, I'll lick the mayo off the knife. I'll take a bite of mayo straight up for sure.
Sure.
And I'm when I say mayo, I mean Miracle Whip. But and I love me a good Miracle whipped up pasta tuna salad, definitely.
Yeah.
But to hear that it's like that's watery and liquidy and swimming in it, it's fucking gross, dude.
That's another one too. Is like a tuna sandwich is Miracle Whip. I know some people mix mayo with the tuna. I like the Miracle Whip with the tuna. So it all depends on the food. But when it's with like a sandwich, then it's always mayo. Miracle Whip is fine. Like, if I get it, I'm not going to just be like, oh, I'll get this out of here. But like, I prefer a mayo. I don't prefer the sweetness when I'm having a sandwich.
Right.
And I mean, some circumstances change. It depends on what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a hot sauce that have like a little tinge of sweet, but it's like, it's got to have that sweet plus the heat. I don't like a sandwich that just has the sweet, you know?
I got you.
So yeah. So I'm more of a it depends kind of guy. I
You're a
think I have that.
situational choice, and I'm
I'm a
just like your avoid.
situational. Yeah, I think I'm situational in most answers. I bet
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know what the other 4 questions are coming, but I bet I got it depends. If these are like a this or
This is
that,
going
I
to
bet
be, it depends on
it
every
depends.
question. Hopefully not one of them, but we're going to save that for the end, near the end. Okay.
Okay.
Um, fuck. I forgot what I was going to say because I totally lost track, and it doesn't matter. We're moving
Shit.
on
My bad.
past it. On to the next. Coffee. Cream?
Yeah.
No cream. Because I remember talking one time, you were like, oh shit, this is like a third of the intake of my sugar that I'm, supposed to
Yeah.
have for the day or whatever. And if you look at the creamer, like the flavored creamers and shit like that,
Yeah.
yeah, they're loaded. So you add sugar because you're already putting sugar in your coffee. And then you put
Right.
the good, yummy creamer in it. Well, the reason why it's so tasty is because it has like fucking 5 pounds of sugar in it again. And
Yeah.
so I feel like
It's
there was one
just
time when you're
sweet.
like, man, if I could just go in, I just can black coffee and get out of the gas station and like move on with my route or whatever.
Yeah.
But am I misinterpreting that? So what is it? What is it? Coffee cream, no
No.
cream? It depends.
So it doesn't really this one's not so much of a depends thing. It's like I know I should do black coffee because the creamer is not good for me.
Yeah.
Black coffee tastes like shit, dude. It's just hot bitter water, dude.
I agree. I
I've
agree,
had
dude.
like flavored coffee that's a little bit better. I will
Yep.
say when I drink a cold brew, for whatever reason, a cold brew is easier for me, like a flavored cold brew. I've recently found
Yeah, I agree.
have you seen the cold brew concentrates?
No. What is
You
this?
can so yeah, I didn't really know much about them either, but you can get them. They're like in the coffee aisle, and they'll just be like a little jug. It's like 32-ounce cold brew concentrate.
Okay.
Like Starbucks has them. I've had Starbucks and Black Rifle Coffee now,
Okay.
and both of them were like a vanilla flavored one,
Uh-huh.
and it's just a 1-to-1 mix ratio where it's if you wanted to drink it, it tastes like shit. I fucked up the first day and I didn't put enough water in. And when you just like, damn, that's bitter as shit. So you definitely got to mix it right.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's like 32 ounces of concentrated cold brew coffee,
Yeah.
where it's
Okay.
I'm assuming that they just brewed it more like way stronger than it should
Stronger
be,
than you're supposed to.
and then
Sure.
you just go half and half with water.
Mm.
So you just use your own water. I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming if I had bottled water, I can make it taste a little bit better, but I just use the water out the fridge,
Yeah.
which is technically filtered already, but I bet the bottled water would make it better. But
Right.
yeah, 32 ounces is what I've been finding. And then it's 64 ounces of cold brew whenever you need
Right.
it. So I'd like come home and just, you know, I'd grab a measuring cup, bloop, cup of water, bloop,
Nice.
hit it. Yeah. Some days I just try to drink it straight, but some days it's still too bitter. So I just
Yeah.
hit it with a little bit of cream or whatever. And I got
Yep.
the frother,
Oh,
hit it with that shit real quick. Dude, the frother is just a shit. It stirs everything awesome.
I never
You
thought
just
about
got
using it as a stir before. I've put it
it
on.
stirs
So
everything.
that was one of the ways that I'm cream all like I like my coffee. It's like it's more like coffee flavored milk than it is coffee.
Hell yeah, dude. Cause like if it had nothing to do with nutrition,
Yeah.
I'd never touch black coffee,
Right. I agree. I 100% agree with that. But the frother, I never thought about using it as the stir because I've had one of the ways that I figured out I can drink nearly black coffee is I can put like usually I'll put like it's like a third of the amount of sugar in it. I'll say that. That's my way. That's the way I can say it.
Sure.
So I can put a third of the amount of sugar I normally put in, and then I can
Yeah.
froth up the milk and I can pour
Yeah.
that on top.
Yeah.
And it's almost like for me,
Oh, so you froth the milk by itself and then you pour the frothed milk onto it?
yeah. And for
Okay.
me, because I'm a porter and
Oh, yeah.
stout kind of guy,
Uh-huh.
especially when it's cold, if I put that froth on top, so I don't do this often. This
Mhm.
is a lot of fucking work. If I put the froth on top and just
Yeah.
a little bit of sugar, and it's cold,
Yeah.
I can do that. That's the closest to black coffee I get because it's like a porter, especially a nitro one, like when you get a good Guinness pour and it's got that all you can see
Yeah.
all that nitro bubble up to the top. You have to
Yeah.
drink the beer through the foam.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's happening here. And I don't even drink all the milk, all the foam. I don't mix it in. I just drink the coffee and then there's like milk and foam in the bottom.
Okay.
So it works. It works like that. I just never thought about
Yeah.
using it as a mixer because that's probably
Yeah,
the
dude.
shit.
Well, and you can like froth up the milk with the coffee. Like when I put so if I put the cold brew in there and
Yeah.
then I'll put like a splash of cream and a little bit of sugar if I don't have like right now in the fridge I just have half and half cuz I use it for like cooking too.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll just use that instead of like if it calls for cream, I'll just use half and half and try to cut
Yep.
some of the calories or whatever, but I just have half and half. So every once in a while I'm just like I can't just do the black coffee today. So I'll put a little splash of that and I'll
Yep.
hit it with that frother. And what was a measured 2 cups in like a 4 cup glass is now almost to the top because it's
What?
all froth on the top. Yeah, it'll still froth up.
I didn't
So then
know
you have
that.
like a nice, yeah. So then you have like a foam, like it's a beer almost, like you just poured it and you got that head with the,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a similar
But
thing, but you're just achieving it while it's inside.
yeah,
Yours is even closer to like a beer simulation.
yeah. Dude, speaking of beer, real quick, I had last weekend. I was gonna tell you about it because you're like, it's not quite the same as like the porters and stuff, but I know you like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I tried the Founder's Dirty Bastard,
Oh, what's that?
which is a Scottish ale, and
Oh,
it's like not real hoppy. It's kind of on the same lines of like that porter. It's almost like
yeah.
a hint sweeter, or whatever.
Really?
But it's like 8.5% alcohol.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. It was like awesome. Just get a
Just
2 beer
awesome.
buzz off of 1 beer. Like I was in
Right.
the, it was because we're up, it was like 100 degrees. So it was a little bit heavy of
Again.
a beer to be drinking on that kind of a day.
Right.
But you have one and like 2 beer buzz floating in the lake. Like this is
Nice.
perfect. I'm not drinking beer all day feeling like I'm bloated. I
Right.
just like
Getting full. Yep.
1 beer and just like 2 beer buzz on the lily pad just floating. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
dude.
this is what it's about,
This is what it's about.
dude.
Super mellowed out right now. And
Yep.
I'm just in the water.
Yeah. So I would suggest I got some other ones I gotta try. This is a topic for a different time, but yeah, I did some research because I'm not a big hops guy. So I
Right.
started looking into like what beers are not as hoppy, and this one's still got some bitterness to it without the hops. So it's
Yeah.
kind of in that same realm of like the porters and
Right. Yep. Because
stuff.
they're
Yeah.
bitter. They register high on the bitter scale, but they're not hops bitters, which is
Right.
totally different. So
Yeah,
the
it's different.
Scottish ale, let's just keep going with this for a minute. It's
Okay.
not it's not an ale that's been aged inside a Scotch
No,
barrel,
not
is it?
I don't think this one is.
Okay,
But I think some of them
because I hate Scotch.
uh
Ugh.
this Scotch ale is a dark ruby in color and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts.
Whoa.
Complex and finish with plenty of hops and hints of smoke and peat. It says plenty of hops. I don't
But
fucking
you
know. I
didn't.
searched.
Yeah.
I didn't really catch the hoppiness. Like it's
Right.
literally on the list of which ones I should drink if I don't want the hops. I'm sure they're all made with hops, so you can't get
Yeah.
away from
Like
it
it's just
completely.
a thing in beer. Yeah.
But you put 7 different kinds of malts and it doesn't
And
taste,
it goes
you know.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't the
blends.
same. It wasn't like a pale ale, like where you're like, woof, what a Jesus, you know?
Yeah. I gotcha.
So it was, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was like $11 for a 6-pack. So it's like not the cheapest beer out there, but
Yeah,
whatever.
that's not
It's
so
not
bad.
terrible.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
$10 for anything that's pounders, and
Right. Yeah, I
anything that's a
suppose.
pounder is like $9.99, and then you only get you go get a 4-pack of sours, and they're like
Mm,
4.4%.
right.
Same amount of alcohol, same amount
Yeah,
of liquid, half the amount of alcohol.
exactly. And you're dealing with, $12.99 for 4 beers. And you're like, damn, dude, that's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, those 4-packs can get crazy expensive
But it's also
sometimes.
like 8 beers, really, when you look at it. So you're like, oh, it's not so bad.
Right, right.
You
Yeah.
know, when you do the math.
I can justify it. I can justify
Exactly. Exactly.
it.
You only need one. Okay. Fountain pop. Ice, no ice.
It depends on the day.
I knew that's what you
Depends.
were going to say. Because I'm no ice all the time. So is my wife. Me and my wife, we
Yeah.
always just share a fountain pop. And it's just like, yep,
Oh, yeah.
just get one. Because we know we don't care. Whatever we're
Yeah.
drinking, whatever I'm drinking, she's going to drink, or, vice versa. And we just fill it up. No
Yeah.
ice.
In the fall, for sure. Like if you're trying to, you want, a decent amount of pop, for sure. No ice.
Yeah.
Because you get so much more pop with no ice.
Oh, so much more.
And
pop.
if I don't need it to be like super cold, but like in the summertime,
Yeah.
like especially at like a McDonald's. Because did you know that their pop is legitimately better than any place else?
No way, really.
Like they mix it a little bit different, and
Wow.
they use they use a different filtration system for the water.
Right. Yeah.
Like they stand firm by it, and they're proud of it. They're like, our
I
fountain
did not
Coke
know that.
is better than everybody else's fountain Coke. And I've always said it without knowing it. I'm like,
Really?
dude, there's some about a McDonald's fountain pop. I'm like, I will get like, whatever I feel like getting at someplace else. But when I go to McDonald's, I'm like, I'm getting that fountain Coke, dude. Something about that
Really?
fountain Coke at McDonald's. Yeah.
Holy
And then
shit, dude. I did
yeah,
not know that. I'm going to,
yeah,
I got to try it now. Like, I got to go in with
yeah.
that mindset.
I recently learned that, yeah, I think it's something too where they mix the syrup concentrate is a little bit more potent there
Okay.
because they intend you to have it with ice as well. So they're like, we make it more potent
Oh,
so
so
it
then
tastes good
when
even
the
if it
ice
gets
waters it
watered
down, it's
down.
still good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But I normally drink the whole shit before the ice melts too. That's what I'm talking about. Like a hot day, if I'm at a place where I can refill it, like I don't hesitate. I'll down that whole thing and then
Because,
go refill it and stuff because it's
right.
not going to melt it and I can go refill it again,
Sure,
So
sure.
yeah. But most of the time I'm always just like, you don't need a second pop.
Right.
I'm just be like, well, I don't have to pay for it a second time. It's one of those justifying things again. You just like fill it up.
That's seriously, that's why, well, we only buy the one pop. And so we always end up with 2 or, a third one for the road, because we'll each drink, we'll have to go back
Yeah.
because we basically each drank a cup. We're cheap.
Yeah. Sure.
But
I get it.
But when we leave, we'll grab one. And that's
Yeah.
the one that is always just like, we don't need that one. We gonna get it though.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. I know we don't need it, but it's a good deal.
Right.
One of those kind of things.
You know what?
But
What bothers me about fountain pops lately is going to. So you go to a restaurant, and it's like a bar restaurant sort of situation. So they're always filling it up at the bar, and you can like fucking taste that the gun is old. Like if the gun's dirty, or that the gun's not doing the right mixture of water to, like, it's always at a bar restaurant where you get the fucking worst pops. I hate it. It's been bugging me so much lately. I just wanted to air that out.
Well, I think too, I've always thought too, there's got to be like some residue from whatever they hit the last time
before.
Yeah. So then you're getting
is.
just a hint of whatever else is in there. So you're like,
right.
This tastes a little bit weird,
Yeah.
The fuck.
It's like a little bit of a Dr. Pepper flavor to my Coke. What the fuck?
Yeah. I hate it when you can like taste the like tinge of like diet too.
Oh, that fucking aspartame or whatever artificial sweetener they've used. That's
Yeah,
the
there's
worst,
something
dude.
not right about this shit. I think you guys did it wrong.
Yep.
But I can always tell when it's like straight up the wrong thing too. I think sometimes they're just like, and then they'll come out and test
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll go for the Coke and it'll just be like, whoa, that is diet. And I'm
Yep.
just like, you guys have your syrups wrong.
Yep.
And then they'll just
Or
be
your
like,
buttons
really?
backwards.
And then they'll come and try it out. But it's like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Trust me.
Just like,
I know.
yeah, it's funny where they try to be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's like, no, well,
Trust me.
I'll tell you, I want to be like, well, I'll tell you this. If that's not diet pop, something's real fucked up. Because that tastes like shit. I don't like diet pop at all.
No,
And
me
if,
neither.
and if
That
you're trying to
taste
tell
is
me that
fucking
that's
weird. You can
regular
taste it
Coke,
immediately.
yeah. If you're trying to tell me that that's regular Cokes, then I don't know what kind of problems you got, but you got to solve them. This is bad. I don't know how you made regular Coke taste like Diet Coke. If you could figure out the other way around, I'll come back every week. Yeah, you can make a 0-calorie pop taste like a real pop.
Right.
I'll show up.
Then I'm there for it.
Then I'm there for it. But until then, I will say too, like a Culver's root beer. You ever get Culver's root beer?
Only get Culver's root
Only.
beer.
I think only people get Culver's root beer. That one is a never ice.
Because really?
That pop is so goddamn delicious. I don't want anything watering it down. I need it to just be what it is. Don't change it.
Yep.
Don't water it down one bit. It's perfect the way it is.
Oh my God. Agreed.
That's the best root beer out there.
Absolutely the best. If you ain't from the Midwest and you're going to be rolling through, you need to hit a Culver's and get a root beer. Yeah. Tell them no ice if you're going through drive-through and you're just zipping through. You got to do it because I am everything you just said. I second that shit.
Hell
Go to Culver's. What you getting? Root beer. There is no other pop at Culver's.
If you're listening to this and you're just like, I really like Barks. Like if you haven't had Culver's, you're like, I really like Barks. I really like Mug. You know what I really like? We actually have a restaurant called A&W. We have all that shit too. Culver's shuts it down, dude. There's no second. It is not even close.
Yep.
I'm not joking. A&W is okay, but I don't know why they have such a strong reputation where you go there and you get it in the glass mug. The A&W is fine, but it actually tastes kind of close to Culver's Diet Root Beer. Culver's Root Beer is so damn good that their Diet Root Beer tastes like another root beer. People are just like, that's the best root beer.
Another regular root beer.
And just be like,
I've never tried the Diet. Now I'm just going to try it next time.
It's not that bad. And it just has something that's like slightly off from the perfect root beer that is their normal root beer.
Right.
And that's what I feel like A&W. I have a sip and I'm like, it's pretty good. But I would prefer Mug over A&W. And then Barks.
Really?
It depends on where you get it. Because Barks tastes pretty damn good if you get it where it doesn't have caffeine. Barks has caffeine some places.
I didn't know that Barks didn't have caffeine.
Yeah, that's why Barks has the slogan, Barks has bite, because it has the caffeine where it's getting you jacked up. But some places it doesn't have caffeine.
Really?
It's weird. I don't know. Some places it doesn't.
I had no idea.
And it tastes a little bit better when you don't have caffeine in it.
Whoa.
Yeah, everything tastes better. Have we talked about this on the podcast before? I think we have, but just in case anybody doesn't know, all pop tastes better when you remove the caffeine. The regular root beer is caffeine free. Go find a Pepsi that is caffeine free, not diet. Just go find a regular caffeine free Pepsi, a caffeine free Mountain Dew. I'm telling you, life-changing shit. They are so goddamn good.
Really?
It's insane because caffeine is a chemical. You're trying to mask a chemical. You remove the chemical and you're like, holy shit. But that's when it really kind of sinks in where you're like, this is delicious, but I'm clearly just like drinking syrup.
Yeah. I started drinking and it's hard to find. I hate it. But I started drinking caffeine free, like a decent amount of caffeine free Pepsi. Because I was drinking way too much regular Pepsi. Starting to figure that caffeine level thing out.
Sure.
It's so good.
It's great.
Now I can't tell you right now, and I've been doing this for a few months now. I can't tell you right as we're recording this that I can tell the difference,
Yeah.
but I bet pull them both out of the fridge, crack it, I could tell the difference. Like side by
100%. If
side,
you
taste test, blind taste test. I bet you I could pick it out.
blind taste test, you would choose the one that's caffeine free for sure.
Yeah.
If you said which one tastes better, unless you were like in a weird mood where you're just like, this one over here is like really good and sweet, but it's almost like too sweet. Over here is a little bit of like a bitter twinge to it.
Mm.
So I could see on a
Uh-huh.
certain day where you're just like, because I'm not trying to shit on regular caffeine Pepsi either.
No.
I think regular caffeine Pepsi is great. And a Coke out of a can does not hold a candle to the Coke that you get at
McDonald's.
the McDonald's. But when I'm mixing a drink, the Coke at McDonald's is weird when I'm mixing it with whiskey, but the Coke in a can mixes with whiskey perfect. It's
because that was the first thing I thought of is like,
weird.
I'll go to McDonald's and I'll get a Coke and then I'll drink some of it on the ride home. And when I get home, I'm gonna throw some Captain in it just to see.
Yeah.
And you're saying, don't do that.
Captain, I don't do Captain Coke. So it might work if it's like, if you like that the sweetness of it. But it's almost like the sweetness of the McDonald's Coke doesn't cut the like bite of a whiskey. But if you did it with Captain, it might work.
Okay. I might try that then.
I might have to try that too now. Now it's science.
That's right.
All sorts of science. What I'm gonna do this weekend is I'm gonna get a McDonald's cup of Coke, put Captain in it, and go stare at some birds. And try to be like, what are you fuckers up to?
Science. Okay, here's the one that I said, I hope you're not, depends on the day. Toilet paper.
Ooh.
Roll over the front, roll down the back.
Oh, roll over the front.
It's gotta be. This one.
All day, every day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say.
I hate it.
The other way, that's a monster behavior. You need to change your life.
Change your life. What are you doing? Just like, when you want a little bit of extra, what, you're like jamming your fingers into the wall? just give it a couple of taps, front, whatever you need it for. I know that, like, I'm paranoid about public restrooms. I'll give it a couple of flips, and then I roll it up, and then I set the toilet paper on the seat in front of me. Yeah. Because I'm paranoid that any of my stuff is going to touch the seat because I don't know what's been there before. So I put down a little padded barrier. So I go flip, and I wrap it up into a little neat space, and then I fold it. And I set it there and make sure that my stuff don't touch nothing.
Yeah, and you can just bat at it like a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
And it rolls as one would expect. Yeah. How the fuck do you make the other way work? Nah.
The other way, you
get too close to the wall. You have to touch the fucking wall now. No.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, exactly. Batting it like a cat, or the other way, you're like scratching it like a DJ. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the other way.
Me neither. Isn't it weird? They're just like it's like right and left-handed. It's just, I was
gonna say like right brain, left brain thing.
Yeah. Maybe okay. Yeah. Sure.
Maybe it's more of we're both on the creative spectrum of things.
Yep.
Maybe that's more of like an analytical thing.
Oh, that is weird.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know either, but it's weird to think about it that way.
Yeah. I got a friend who's a CFO. I should hit him up and be like, which way does the toilet paper go? just be like, I know you're analytical as shit. Which way does it go?
Right. I need to know.
Let me know. Which way? Where's it going? Yeah. That's definitely at the front all the time.
Yeah, dude.
And I've even seen those like where it's like it's a bolt that you can like rotate it.
Well,
where it's like, so you can make everybody happy. You just flip it over. And I'm just
what?
like, nah, you ain't
Don't
flipping
even give
shit
the
over.
option.
What are you doing? There's no reason that you got to flip it. It's
No.
my way. It just makes sense to do it this way. Why
And
are you trying to do it?
Oh, go.
I mean, are you trying to get like bonus points? In skateboarding, that would be like hard way or alley-oop is what they call it, where you're coming in blind.
Right.
You have it this way, you can see the paper coming off the roll.
It's
You're
just
trying
all
to
right
roll
there.
the other way.
You know, like
Yeah.
you know which perf
just
line you're
there.
gonna be ripping at. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
it just makes so much sense. Don't any of you
Yeah.
psychos try to say, "Oh, I just keep it in the vertical roll thingy and just pull it right out of that vertical
Yeah.
on its side." You're
Yeah.
psychotic.
Crazy.
Stop that.
You know,
Stop it.
you know what else ones I don't like is the ones that have like the sideways hole where it pulls out like tissues
Oh
where they're giving you only that certain amount.
no.
It's just like, why do I only get 2 squares every time? I don't want 2. I want more than 2 squares.
Yeah. I
I want to
require.
be able to wrap it up. You know, sometimes I gotta. Just talking about it. I don't want my shit to touch the seat. You giving me 2 squares, now I gotta just like try to stack them on stack. You know,
Right.
and
I gotta
just,
sit here and
yeah.
what the hell?
Like, you never know. You never know what you gotta do.
Crazy.
You know?
That's so weird.
I don't like those things at all.
All right. Well, you know what?
Was that 5?
No, that's 4, but whatever.
Oh.
I'll still put 5 in the thumbnail. We'll let it roll with 5, but we're going to wrap up the podcast because it's getting there.
All right. Did you have a 5th question?
I did. It was just paper or plastic. That's all.
Oh, plastic.
But like,
easy.
Take, you know, like what does that mean?
It depends. Paper at the liquor store. Plastic everywhere else.
Depends on the day.
Quick question.
Or do you prefer cash or credit card? You know, paper or plastic? Shit.
Oh, I prefer plastic everywhere. I like the tap. How much is it?
Tap and pay is sick, right?
Done.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Not trying to count anything and then you trying to give me some. But sometimes paper money does work out. Like you just give them this much money and then they give you back a number that they shouldn't. You have too much, and they're just like,
we were just talking about that with the neighbors.
I don't have time to explain to you how you're dumb. I'm just gonna take the extra money and walk away now. As you know, the people behind me don't want to wait.
Right,
I'm doing them a favor.
There's
Sorry,
a line here.
I got to get out of here.
I'm thinking about the crowd as a whole here. I'm thinking about store flow. I'm thinking about movement here. Sorry, you're dumb. I gotta go.
You're dumb. Yeah. There's been a couple of times where too you get the money back and it's wrong and you just go walk out. It's just like,
that was great.
What else are you supposed to do about
it? Right. I know. That's why it's so funny. That's why it's extra funny, because there's the truth in it. There's so much truth in it. It's just hilarious. Oh, shit. Okay, dude. Let's do what we do here with the like and subscribe thing. What is it? God, I'm losing my mind right now. Help me out.
Like and subscribe on all the things. We got Twitter and X. That X is Twitter. And then
yeah, dude.
YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everything. We're everywhere. The podcast is on all your favorite podcast platforms, even on Stitcher as you watch it burn to the ground. But it's out there. And if you could like and subscribe on all those different places, that would be much appreciated. You have any questions, hit us up. We're always out there helping. You have any comments, things you could say. You want to tell us, hey, I like this. Hey, I didn't like this. I thought that your New York accent was offensive. Whatever, big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Oh, I know. There's one thing that I said I was going to talk about in housekeeping, and it was, yeah, I'm the camera guy, I'm the producer, and then I proceeded to get some really good shots of a blue herring this week with no memory card in the fucking camera.
Damn, dude. That sucks. I've been there before.